Do you have a TikTok?
Yes!
Do you enjoy having a TikTok?
Yes!
Do you care about trends going on right now? Do you find yourself scrolling for hours on end and taking endless hours of content about other people's lives as you rot into your mattress? As you compare your life to hundreds of others? Sure, that quick dopamine rush seems worth it in the moment, and it can be satisfying, but is it actually worth it? What is TikTok doing for you? Really? The app itself is designed the way that it is to suck you in, and it does, and you let it. You let it. I deleted TikTok over a year ago now, and I have to say, my life has been better without it. I hear people complain about this stupid app every day, but no one actually stops using it. Why? I'm here to encourage you to do the same. Delete that motherfucker. I get it, there are funny people on there, but the majority of the app is draining and, toxic. To be blunt, I think TikTok culture itself is stupid. Hi everyone, my name is Sammy and thank you so much for clicking on this video. Today I want to talk about TikTok, the many topics underneath it, and why I think it's doing more harm than good. So let's just get right into it. I have a lot of shit to say. So what is a creator? Well, in this day and age, anyone can be a creator. TikTok has opened a pathway to a different type of creator. Back in the day and on different platforms, the standards to call yourself one were a lot higher. The standards were higher as to what you had to do to be a creator. But when TikTok came out, it has dissolved into anyone who has a phone and something to say. I'm gonna be blunt, and I know that the majority of society would agree. TikTok requires less work, creativity, and effort to garner success. Those who have success on TikTok, it usually came relatively easy to them. My parents are putting in hardwood floors, so there's a saw going off right now, and I'm really hoping that you guys can't hear it. And unfortunately, and it's always been this way, but it's more prevalent now, fame has fallen into the wrong hands time and time again. People let their ego get inflated, and it seems that everyone is entitled to sharing their own opinion at every hour of the day about anything. Anything at all. And I have to say, most of the time it's about the most mundane shit, and drama just kicks up for no reason about anything. You can think of literally anything. They even have labels now, like purse gate and dentist gate and doll gate. I don't know. Weird stuff. What does gate even mean? I don't know. But I'm observing from YouTube. I'm watching other people cover it, still seeing what's going on. But this topic is definitely the least serious of all the things I'll be discussing, but I definitely wanted to bring it up because I find it unfortunate that there has been a significant rise of clout-hungry goblins over people who genuinely want to create and enjoy it. Moving right on to my next topic, kids use this app. They should not use this app. So it's no secret that the majority of TikTok users are children, and this is the worst thing that could have possibly happened. Children are having millions of people's thoughts, opinions, and insecurities projected onto them, and they don't even realize it. Children are so easily swayed by the people in their lives, including people in their little devices. It's hard enough growing up in a world full of other people always telling you what you should and should not do. Children are easily built up by the people around them, and now they're having tons and tons of strangers influence them at such a young age. These kids are being exposed to too much. There are too many careless parents that are letting iPads and apps raise their children, and it is ruining this next generation, to be quite frank. Kids are quite literally desensitized to their empathetic emotions. They do whatever they can to garner attention on the internet. Whatever they think is in, whatever they think will get the most clicks, whatever they think will go viral, they're doing it. They don't give a shit who gets in their way, who they hurt, what they cause damage to, inconvenience to, and nothing like that. No one cares. I kid you not. There was a sign at my local mall that says, and I quote, "Any and all kids must be accompanied and supervised by an adult when on mall property." That was not how it was back in the day. I used to go to that mall all the time as a little kid and didn't need an adult with me. Know that this did not come up for children's safety. It came up for the mall and staff safety and to try and dampen the trouble that TikTok has essentially caused. Next, the amount of children that have quite literally died because of TikTok trends is actually insane. The fact that this is a thing that happens regularly is crazy. Like, your child is more likely to die from an app trend than an unexpected peanut allergy. Like, the creator of TikTok did not make this app for any reason aside from making billions of dollars. They don't care what impact this has on the younger generation, the impact it has on society, the negative impacts, that is. They don't care. No one seems to care, actually. Don't get me wrong, you know, all generations are affected by this app, by what it has created. All apps around TikTok, like Instagram, Snapchat, Twitter, I don't know, I don't use Twitter, but I assume that they probably also picked up things from TikTok. Like, you know, Instagram has Reels, Snapchat also has something like Reels. I don't know what it's called specifically, but people are taking influence from TikTok. It's just such a big thing and everyone uses it. It's so bad for you. Please listen. Please. We move on. Hold on. You can honestly just check all of the news articles involving TikTok. You know, surgeons being more concerned about their live stream than, you know, the patient that they're literally operating on. People blatantly being the worst possible versions of themselves in public to garner attention on the internet. People freaking out and thinking that their actions are justified because their brain is so rotted. So rotted. People getting into drama and trying to ruin each other's lives for quite literally the smallest reasons imaginable. Next, I want to talk about neurodiversity and TikTok and self-diagnosing. So as we've gained the ability to see so many things from so many people around the world, I feel like mental disabilities and disorders have been so heavily exploited and used for people's own personal gain and their own want to be different and, you know, for their own selfish intentions. Such as the many people that have been discovered to have been running accounts solely based on neurodiversity, neurotypical people pretending to have disorders in order to gain a following and attention on the internet, then later being outed for faking the illness. Lying about their diagnoses, about their symptoms, people just straight up pretending and acting horribly, may I add, in a disabled manner to garner that following. These can be for several reasons, but mainly they're done for attention and income. This was one of my biggest peeves when I had TikTok. As a neurodivergent person myself and having an interest in the relatable aspects of it, my algorithm had picked up on that. And so I would see so many people posting relatable content about neurodiversity, but I would also see, you know, the other side. People pretending to have things, or people in the comments straight up self-diagnosing themselves because they related to the smallest things imaginable. It's hard to be around when people so often take the smallest and most relatable aspects of disabilities and try to fit themselves into it. So often these are individuals who don't struggle on a daily basis. Just because you always lose your keys does not mean you have ADHD. Just because you like to keep your house clean and maybe every once in a while you'll fix a painting on the wall when it's crooked does not mean you have OCD. OCD is not an adjective, okay? TikTok has seemingly normalized this behavior, and it seems almost expected these days that if you are not diagnosed with something, you are at least, you know, assuming that you have something. Almost positive that if you ask the majority of people in your life, they will probably tell you they think they have something. I understand that it is not easy to get a diagnosis, especially in America. And I want to preface this because knowing the signs and the symptoms is the most important thing, and that's how you get help. Suspecting you have something is not the problem. It's when you try to suspecting that you have something and then talking to a professional about it is definitely the right way to go. The difference of those who actually have something and those who do not is the level of day-to-day struggle that people go through and, you know, day-to-day strain that people go through. It's hard to watch some of these people, the same people that bullied neurodivergent children growing up, have now turned around and tried to be relatable and insert themselves into these already marginalized groups for their own benefit. to make themselves feel better. It's not always night and day, but people who are neurodivergent will always gravitate towards each other and become friends with one another. People who are neurodivergent often struggle with fitting in, with keeping friends, and being friends with neurotypical people in general. And so to see TikTok contribute so heavily to this polluted mess where people will insist that they are a part of something that they don't even understand is really hard to support, and it's a big part of why I deleted the app as well. Next, I want to talk about dopamine cleansing and why it does not work. So you want to try a dopamine cleanse. Well, first, what is it? A dopamine cleanse is essentially when you take a break from all electronics for an extended period of time. But this is not gonna work, and let me tell you why. It doesn't matter how long you take a break from these things. If you make it a whole week or just a few days, you may feel better and get a lot done in that time, which is fantastic. But what does it matter if you just turn around and go right back to them when all is said and done? If you let these apps take over your life, affect you emotionally, and you don't put a limit on anything, really, how much are you helping yourself? I deleted TikTok, but I also today still limit myself to the amount of time I spend and the amount of things I look at on Instagram and YouTube. You are the one that has to take control of your life. My camera died. Silly me. I can never, be fully prepared. God damn it. So I suggest trying to make a list of things that you enjoy doing that do not involve screens or electronics, and then practice doing them. I promise, and I know you guys have probably heard this before, but I just want to, as someone that has experienced this and actually struggled to push myself, but finally I've pushed past relying on screens. It really does help. It makes such a difference. It really helps your headspace, and I really, really recommend it. Like anything, screens are good in moderation, but we live in a time period with amazing technology, and there's no shame in loving to use it. But if you're struggling and you're letting it take over your life, it's important to take a step back. And the last thing I want to touch on is the infestation of insecurity. I have a wedgie. My balls. If you went around and asked people who use TikTok if they've ever felt insecure while on the app, even once, I guarantee you that 100% you would get all yeses across the board. It is, unfortunately, only human to compare yourself to other people, and TikTok is a breeding ground for that. It's no secret that the majority of content creators will only show the best parts of their life to you, and onlookers will feel less than, less accomplished, and less happy. Pretty people will blow up on the internet simply for being pretty, and it's no shame to them. Humans love to follow aesthetically pleasing things, but lots of people will feel dejected and insecure with themselves and be way too hard on themselves because they're not able to fit into that box. This leads to a lot of the youth scrambling to grow up faster than they have to, faster than they need to. Everyone these days seems to think they need to find their own aesthetic, have a label on it, and finding their own personal theme, basically. It seems to me that life for most people has become less about enjoying and experiencing life itself and more about trying to build up a wall of perception of how you want others to see you and being viewed a specific way. Everyone wants to seem like they have one theme that they stick together with, one way of being. In this day and age, we are simply exposed to too much. I believe that humankind was never supposed to see this much this quickly. Many of us went from being introduced to technology to now living in a world where it is everywhere, all in the same lifetime. We were never prepared to know this much about all the awful things happening in the world. Everyone, as adults in the majority, are overwhelmed, hopeless, and stuck. And our children are desensitized, apathetic, and careless. TikTok is not helping. So I implore you, even if just to try it out, delete the app. Uninstall it. See how it changes your life. Find better ways to spend and enjoy your time on this earth. Try new hobbies. Limit yourself to how long you spend on doom scrolling on your phone, because at the end of the day, it's not a bad thing to give yourself some time to check out what's going on the internet. But it becomes a problem when it is so suffocating, when you get so absorbed in it. Practice patience. Practice new things. There are statistics on how we have lost the ability to have patience, how we need constant stimulation. It's like a joke sometimes, but it's, the joke is based off reality. Like, this is genuinely what is happening to us, and we're the only ones that can help ourselves. So maybe I can sprinkle a little bit more of that, like, push to get out of this endless cycle, this endless, insecure, self-sabotaging cycle. TikTok is not helping you. TikTok is awful. But I do believe that TikTok has created the most influence, especially over the younger population. I feel like no one's thinking about how this is going to impact our future, which I don't want to give any existential dread or anything. Like, we're fine. Kind of. I mean, our earth is burning. We don't have that much time left. I really do believe that. So while we're here, let's try and enjoy it. Let's take a second to appreciate. Every day I want you guys to try and appreciate something about the life that you're in. Even if it's just like, hey, I thought the breeze smelled nice. I thought that the wind smelled crisp and I liked it. That's great. I love that. Even if it's just like, I wore my favorite pair of socks today. Like, love it. It's great. Stop comparing yourself to other people. It sounds easier than it is, obviously, but you have to push yourself. You have to start somewhere. It is not going to come easily, but just because something is not easy does not mean that you should not do it. And I think a lot of our society today needs to hear that, because lots of people just give up on things. They don't push themselves further than they, feel comfortable. And it's very important to get out of your comfort zone, to feel boredom. It's okay. It's normal to feel boredom. TikTok's not helping you. It may give you that, quick dopamine rush you may feel. But at the end of the day, whatever you're watching, you watch that one video, then you go on to the next. Nothing ever sticks. It's always just, how much content can I intake in a day? I feel like we should all take some more time to appreciate why we're here, what we're doing. Touch grass unless you're allergic to it. Don't touch it. Just look at it, I guess. Enjoy this planet while it's here. And yeah, I know that it's not all black and white. There are people going through very different things, I can't imagine that in the long run it's helpful though. I implore you, delete the app. See how your life changes. See what happens. Find a new hobby. Start journaling. Make a whole list. They call it a dopa menu, right? I'm in the middle of working on one, and I might even make a video depending on how you guys feel about this, because I've never really had this type of video, like this vibe in a video before. Maybe I have, I don't know. What am I talking about? A dopa menu, it's like a little menu, but like for things that you get dopamine out of doing. You fill out different things that you can do when you're bored. So when you're bored, you turn to this thing and you look at everything, look at all your options, It can start like appetizers or like really easy things that you can do, like take a walk, draw a picture, sketch. If you like to write, maybe write something. You can have different prompts, different ideas. If you like an instrument, play that instrument. Like if you have a pet, hang out with that pet. Make a favorite snack, like watch a favorite movie. There's so many things that you can do. I love self-care, love it so much. So if you guys want some more tips, ideas, tricks, because we're all just trying to make it out here. Neurodivergence, rise up. Neurotypicals, rise. People with POTS, rise, but not too quickly. Am I right, fellas? I'm just looking forward to making more content. I've been a little stuck recently because there's a lot of things I want to talk about and a lot of things I want to do. Thank you guys so much for joining me today. Feel free to tell me your thoughts on this down in the comments. I'd love to hear what you guys have to say. If you'd like to see more videos like this one, let me know. I would love to hear your guys' thoughts on this channel and where we're going. Like, I got shit to say, got so many different ideas, so many different themes, and like, I don't care to keep a theme, bro. If I think something's gonna be fun and creative and interesting, it's gonna happen and you're gonna see it. So, but I would love to hear your guys' opinion anyway. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, maybe check out my other videos. You might like them more than this one. Thank you guys so much for almost 800 subscribers. That's crazy. I'm very excited and I appreciate all of you very much. Thank you for the support, and I will see you guys when I upload again. Bye!